I am going to tell you why Debitum in recent months has gone from being a platform in which I invested a very small amount, very minimal, to be one of the platforms that now has more relevance in my investment portfolio. I am going to tell you all the reasons why I have decided to give it more relevance to Debitum within my investment. And I am also going to tell you how I am investing within Debitum. Besides, we are going to see all the news that have happened in the last 6 months, since I have created a video analysis of this platform 6 months ago. But there have been many changes lately and many new features and tools for investors, so watch the video until the end. Before I start, I would like to invite you to the Telegram channel where you can share opinions and experiences with other crowdlending investors, and I would also like to invite you to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss more interesting videos about crowdlending. Debitum is the platform in which I have increased the most capital in my crowdlending investment portfolio, and while it occupied only 1%, a little more than 1% in July, in February it occupied 8%, and from this month or next month it will occupy 10%. I want it to be one of the platforms that have more relevance within my investment portfolio with 10%, and the reasons why I want it to have more importance within my investment portfolio are varied. One of them is because of the diversification it offers me. Right now, my investment portfolio, as you can see, I have many platforms in which I am investing that are personal loans. I also have some real estate loan platforms, but I have practically no platforms with business loans. I am not as diversified as in other types of loans. That's what Debitum offers us. It offers us to invest in business loans. We are going to be able to invest in loans to companies from different countries, so we get diversification not only in the type of loans, but also in countries. Another of the advantages that Debitum offers me to invest and to give it more weight within my investment portfolio is that it is a regulated platform and has many security mechanisms for our investments. On their website, they explain that they have 3 levels of protection for investors. First level protection within the platform. It is a platform that is regulated. They are licensed and regulated in Latvia as an investment broker. Being regulated and complying with all European regulations, our deposits have a protection of up to 20,000 euros, but this is only on the deposits that we have within the platform, not what is invested. Another protection that we also have, and that has to do with regulation, is that our money is in separate accounts. Investors' funds are not in the same accounts as those of the company as those of the platform. The second level of protection is at the level of the loan originator, and here all loan originators have to have a stake in the investment. The term for this is skin in the game. They have to have allocated their own funds to finance those loans between 10 and 30%. In addition, Debitum performs a 4-step due diligence process to make sure that the loan originators meet all the requirements and will be able to repay the money they have borrowed. Besides, loan originators have junior claim rights to the collection rights of the assets listed on Debitum, meaning that in the event of a default of the loan originator, investors will have first claim on the collateral that has been established. In addition to this, some loan originators have joint control bank accounts, meaning that Debitum can control those accounts, can monitor those accounts. This is for the originator's Triple Dragon and the originator Sandbox funding. And with this, Debitum is able to know the quality of the portfolio of those originators. A third level of protection is at the underlying asset level at the loan level. And here there is collateral behind all these loans. The collateral depends on the case of the loan. Sometimes they are real estate loans, so there will be a mortgage. In other cases, they are commercial sheets or invoices. Also, all the loans today have a buyback obligation, meaning that the originator would have to repurchase the loan from us, and in case the loans are also late, there are late penalties. Also, all the loans have a late penalty, meaning that they would have to pay higher interest for the period that a loan payment is late. Finally, they also work with an outside debt collection company in case that payments are missed. So as you can see, they offer many protections for our investments. For me, it is worth noting above all that they offer a buyback obligation, but they are also loans that have collateral. So not only do they have the buyback guarantee, which we know doesn't always work so well if the loan originator can't take care of that buyback guarantee, but also the loans have their guarantee, their collateral, and this is something that we don't see in any other platform, that they have these 2 guarantees, buyback guarantee and collateral guarantee. Since the last video, we have seen many changes within Debitum. The first one is that before it was Debitum Network, now they have changed the domain, so we will find it under the domain debitum.investment. This is not a substantial change, but there have been many changes. Very interesting. For investors, the first one is that now we have auto invest. We can invest automatically within Debitum, and let's see how I have configured my auto investment strategy. To do this, to configure a new auto investment strategy, we must go to automatic investments, and as I already have it configured, it appears here. If you do not have it configured, these fields will appear and you will be able to fill them. I have configured my auto investment strategy like this. At first sight, we are going to name the investment strategy, although at the moment only one strategy can be configured. Even so, I am going to give it a name. Here in maximum size of the portfolio, I am going to put how much is the maximum that I want to invest in this strategy. In this case, I have put here in 5,000. Normally, in the platforms where I don't have more than one auto investment strategy, I always put here a fairly high maximum amount. In fact, right now I should change it because very soon it will reach 5,000 euros and I want it to continue reinvesting as I increase capital. So I'm going to put an amount of 6,000 euros to keep increasing and to keep investing. Remember that it always has to be a little bit higher than the amount that you have in Debitum, otherwise the interests are not reinvested. Next, we will be able to configure the parameters for auto investment. Here we are going to be able to manually exclude the ABS in which we have already invested. That is to say, if we have this marked as I have it here, it will not be investing in financial instruments in the ABS in the loans in which we have already invested manually. Then we will be able to decide the return, the minimum and maximum interest in which we want to invest. Here I have set from 12% to 20%. Right now there are loans at 12%, so I'm going to keep it that way. The next thing is the duration in months. I am investing in loans ranging from 1 to 12 months, and the maximum investment amount. Maximum investment amount means the maximum we want to invest per loan. Here we are not going to be able to modify the amount, but we are going to have to modify the percentage. And here in this case, before I had 100, but having increased the size of my portfolio to 6,000, it has changed me to 120. I am going to lower it, and for that I am going to change the percentage here. And so, by changing the percentage here, I'm going to invest a maximum of 100 euros in each of the investments. Then, if we wish, we could decide in which originators we want to invest and in which we do not want to invest. I am going to invest in all of them, so I don't have to select this parameter. We could also decide whether we want to invest in daily interest payments or monthly interest payments. Right now, I have it to invest in all types of interest payments. We will also be able to select if we want a minimum portfolio balance, and this is very interesting if we want to divest within Debitum or if we want to withdraw certain money within the platform, the money that we still have invested. If we put here 100 euros, as these 100 euros remain available without investing, they will not be reinvested and we can withdraw them whenever we want. Personally, as I want to reinvest all this amount, I will leave it at 0. I will not select anything. And there is even an option called auto withdrawal. This is only available for investors who have a balance of more than 10,000 euros. And here we could select it and we could decide that as we have a certain amount of capital left available, that it is automatically withdrawn to our account. Finally, we have the option to enable auto invest. And then we have another option that we haven't seen in other platforms and that I find very interesting, and that's why I have marked it, which is auto invest 1 hour a day. And this means that the auto invest will only work 1 hour a day. In this case, it will work from 10 o'clock at night for 1 hour and it will invest in the loans. This is interesting because this way, during the day, if I want and if there is money available, or if I have sent more money from my bank account and I have funds available to invest, I can go to the manual market and invest in the loans that I decide. And if I don't do that, then the money will be invested later on. And the truth is that I have it marked and I have used it. These days I have been depositing more money inside Debitum. I have manually invested in some loans that I was more interested in and left aside others that I was less interested in. But I also like to have the auto invest so I don't have to be aware of it and invest manually. And we would only have to press here to save and our auto investment strategy would be configured. Here on the right side, we will be able to see how many loans are available, that is, how many ABS financial instruments are available at the moment. And if we wish, we can change our parameters accordingly. Another important new feature of Debitum is that right now we have loans that generate daily interest, and this is interesting because when we have the daily interest that we receive each day, we can reinvest it. That is to say that the snowball of compound interest gets bigger sooner. And here we are going to be able to see different loans, and they are also normally shorter term loans, which is also a novelty within the platform. Now we have loans that go from 1 month. Here, as you can see, we have loans right now from 45 days, 60 days up to 90 days. And then we already have 6-month loans, 1-year loans, and even loans for more than 2 years. In other words, we have a wide variety of terms. And also in the interest rates have gone up a little bit. And right now we are going to be able to have investment opportunities with different interest rates, but even with loans that go up to 15%. As you can see in my investment portfolio of the loans that I have right now, I have quite a few loans at 15% and then loans with slightly lower interest rates, but the lowest interest rate that I have in my portfolio today is around 10%. Something that I also really like about DEBITUM and has improved a lot from previous months and previous years is their communication. Right now, they offer a lot of communication in a timely manner. They inform us of big news on the platform, and we also have a Telegram channel where we can communicate directly with them and also with other DEBITUM investors. But not everything is perfect in DEBITUM, and as of today, the platform still has no secondary market. I would love to see this secondary market, and I know they are working to implement it. Hopefully, they will do it this year. And also, as you can see, the Spanish translation leaves a lot to be desired. There are cases where it is not well translated and other cases where the website is not completely translated. But for me today, these are two small things. I do not normally use the secondary market on the platforms, although I do like that they have it. And whether it is in Spanish or English does not matter to me. In summary, why I like the DEBITUM platform so much right now and why I have expanded it so much within my investment portfolio is mainly because it is a platform that offers me what others do not offer me, since they are business loans, a different type of investment, but also because it offers me a high profitability. As we have seen, we can invest in loans of up to 15%, and the minimum interest at which I am investing right now within this platform is around 10, almost 11%, so it offers me a good return. Also, of course, I like the fact that it is a regulated platform and all the protections that they offer us, that they have collateral and that it also has a buyback guarantee is a very positive thing. And these are the main reasons why I have decided and why I want DEBITUM to occupy an important part of my investment portfolio and that it will occupy 10% of my crowdlending investment portfolio. If you also want to invest in DEBITUM, right now they have a welcome bonus for new investors. If you sign up at the link I'll leave below in the description, you can get a bonus of 1% of everything you invest during the first 60 days. If you like the video, give me a like, it makes me happy and it helps the channel grow. And before you go, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more interesting videos about crowdlending.